Grab the link to put up. Up, up, up. Where are you? Show me the video. There you are. I need to share that. Oh, what am I elbowing? Okay, I don't get an option to share that. That's great. There you are. There. Share, copy, click. Go to my Discord. Head over to Warboss T's Discord. Click it, paste it. There we are. Live there. I don't know if anyone's going to show up there, but it's a wrap. Let's see. Rolls and daily questions. I remember there's a... If you roll for day 28. So I better check that. Is there a day 28 question? It looks like it. But I can't read it. I need to zoom in. Oh, I need two hands to zoom in. There we go. There we go. Congratulations! You finished the challenge and are immortalized in Hobbiton's hallowed hall of legends. I decided I got Hobbiton. I didn't roll. I'm just choosing it. Choose my end. Recap the month for us. What worked? What didn't? What would you do differently? Show off your project and let the world cheer your dedication and commitment. Bravo! Yes, that's what I was going to do anyway, so perfect. That is what I am doing right now. Oh, my chat isn't logged in. Thanks. Thanks, Restream. I haven't played any music either. I'm going to put on some music. Log into my Restream chat, because every once in a while it just logs me out, because that's always handy, right? That's what we want. Gotta remember our password. Oh, I gotta verify crosswalks now, because I might be hacking into my chat. Crosswalk. I don't see any more crosswalks. It's only crosswalks, man. Oh, wait. That corner. Maybe. I don't know. Wait. Is there a crosswalk there? I don't know. There's a car parked in front of it. Okay, I've clicked on a million crosswalks. It's enough crosswalks. Thank you. Restream chat. How about here? Jesus. Alright, I think this is done. F your crosswalks. Swear to God. What the heck? Alright. That's definitely the worst thing about Restream. It's logging me out with my own chat. Boo that. Hey, Bythorn. That doesn't show that Bythorn typed. I'll type Alright, now it should come up. Alright. So this is the end recap, where I will itch my nose. It's all good now. I'm going to go through my miniatures that I painted. Everything worked, nothing didn't work. I would change nothing. It was a busy month, but I accounted for things not going as planned. Look at that guy. I'm just going to hold him up to the camera. Yeah, so these guys were originally spray primed. I'm going to say khaki camouflage, probably. Because I did a long time ago. And then I hit them with a flesh wash. I dry brushed on some bleached bone of some sort. Did a little tiny bit of highlighting with white. Base coated all the metal with black. Then put Tinny Tin on. Then my homemade rust medium. Then do a little dry brushing of a medium brown and an orange. And then a little dry brush of lead belcher, as well as the edge. And that's it. Oh yeah, the verdigris. So I left that one Tinny Tin. Did I? And then I painted over it with brassy brass. And then I put a little verdigris. And then I just touched back up again with a bit of brassy brass. And then the basing, of course, is just the dip. Oh, you're on your older computer. Nice. Yes, I think it's because I had to log into my Restream chat again. So it didn't come up with your initial hello. Alright. So yeah, this one's from the pre-Tomb Kings Classic Skeleton Kit. I was looking at a guy looking at a 2001 Games Workshop catalog, and I had these guys in for vampire counts. But these guys predate vampire counts, I think. I'm not sure, but I think so. This is the guy I had to repair his arm with Bondic, I think. Yeah, I made all that joint out of Bondic. It actually kind of looks like muscle. Not my intention, but good to know if I need to do that in the future. And yeah, I just glued the shield wherever it would fit, honestly. It was kind of rough. Oh, I didn't talk about the wood texture. The wood texture is... it's one of the Reaper paints. Some sort of wood. And then I put a little whitewash with ink, white ink in it, over top to give it kind of an older look. Which I think works out well, but it's not 100% there, I'd say. It's pretty good. I love this guy's pose now that his shield is all up. He's going to punch you in the face with the shield and then stab you. This guy's got the old mason chain, and this came from a bits bin, so it's not one of the original shields. That looks really cool. All rattan, the spike on there. I like it. So not much going on with him. He's just fun. You gonna see if it likes the stream more? You've been working on your flags? Nice. I was looking at the old flags. I don't know if you saw my post on painting happy little minis, but I included some box art from the old skeleton army. And there's one called the Medusa Legion, which I think would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do some banners up as the Medusa Legion. This guy's got that cool He-Man-esque sword again. Shield. He looks ready for action. He's seen some things. He got cracked in the head. He had a bad ending that way. And he doesn't want to go through it again. This guy's got another one of those rattan shields with the spike. This guy's got the axe from a 2nd edition orc, 40k orc. So I just chopped down one of the lances that I had and stuck this axe head on there. Otherwise, it's all original stuff. Dave Taylor's made mention that this helmet looks like it was dug out of the ground. I think that's true. It does look disgusting. Old. This guy is one of the later acquisitions, a Pre-Slata. There's no texturing on the back of this older style base. Man, I wish I could get more of these old style bases. Or shields. Oh, lost a little paint there. Nothing's primed yet. Or not primed, varnished. So I will have to do that. It's got like a really long sheath. Kind of drags in the ground. The leather I did with snakebite leather, my original snakebite leather, the old one. And then also did the whitewashing on it to age it. I think it works pretty good. This guy's a little bit smaller than these dudes. These dudes are pretty chunky. This guy's more in line with the older classic skeletons. Hey, MJ Hobby Corner. I'm just doing my wrap-up video for Warboss Tay's Paint Challenge 2021 in February. This one is the original unit leader. So he's got a metal head and a metal mace here. And I put a little chunk of metal here to counterbalance him. He stands really nicely. And he could actually still rank up, I think. He's in a good position. I wish I'd done that with all of them. Ranked him up a little better. But yeah, I love the heft of that mace. Probably wouldn't get these bits then in the Tomb Kings kit, but maybe. This is the standard that comes from the kit. I didn't keep the instrument. I have no idea where the instrument went to. Must have traded off to a friend. So he's got a standard, and then he didn't have a. They didn't give like opposing weapon arms, so I just chopped one down and I pinned it. This is back when I only had a couple of different drill bits to use, so I just used what I had, and I didn't build a pommel for him. But I think that's okay. It's just in the back. It doesn't matter too much. So yeah, I like this kind of Romanesque kind of standard. And he's got a counterbalance as well, since it's metal. This is the old Priest Lada. So I don't know if you can tell that he's on a pudding base. I think if I angled it correctly, you could. But, you know, just standing there. It doesn't look too obvious. He was known as a Skeleton Lord. I really like this sculpt a lot. I'm really glad I got that lot that had this guy in it. I was actually looking for a different miniature that was in the lot, and I got that. This kind of looks moldy down there, actually. I should remember that technique. So the base coat that I put on the base before I put on the texture on there. Some got on there, so I just kind of feathered it up with water. But yeah, I think it looks nice and moldy. So he's got definitely the tiniest weapon out of everybody. But he's still got that kind of GW skull aesthetic, I'd say. And a really nice head of hair for some reason. Another Mason chain guy. He looks very stalwart. This might be one of the older bodies. Let's see. I think it is. Yeah. So this is one of the old Skeleton Army bodies. But I put some bigger arms on it. And a bigger head. And then this axe. And that chest shield thing. Some of the Oathmark skeletons have those too. So maybe it's a Bronze Age kind of thing. Hey, newbie. I finished every single thing. I was just showing off my skeletons. So I'm going to put these guys back now. And I'll move on to the Skeletal Cavalry next. Yeah, I finished everything up last night. I did the final touches on the Vampire Lord. He was in the 2001 catalog too. The Necromancer I have is in there. Not the Lich, because they phased Liches out. Boo! I like Liches. Whoa. Don't lose it. Alright. So these guys all basically look the same. I ordered a heat gun. Oh yeah, this guy broke. I'd lost his leg a little while ago, and then when I was finishing off painting him, the tail broke off. I was like, it's just not going to have it. It's just how it's going to be. He's got the older style shield that came in the kit. They also come with this little face thing or shoulder thing. I was never really sure where it was supposed to go. Didn't really make a lot of sense to me. These were the horses. They have a little... These are separate pieces. You glue this one on, you glue on the helmet. A lot of the lances are bent, but I ordered a heat gun, so I'm going to be able to bend them into place. Though honestly, old skeletons with bent lances don't necessarily look out of place. Yeah, not much to see. It's going to be a whole bunch of everybody. The arm fell off of one of them. Maybe that guy. When it comes to the skeletal riders, I kind of like the grim-looking faces a little better than the open-mouth faces. The open-mouth faces are pretty fun. Oh yeah! Yeah, it feels good to get this challenge finished. Pretty happy about that. I didn't think I wouldn't be able to do it, it just feels good to have it done. Because I want to work on other things. I get bored of working on one thing long periods of time. Here's my white. He's just a regular white. He's not a white lord or a white king. He's just your garden variety white. I had a hard time figuring out what I want to do with the shield. So in the end I just put a little jade green on. Ah, hi Julie. Horse is a supernatural creature animated by magic. I don't think the Necromancer cares if it's missing a leg. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's fine. So these guys are on older style plastic horses. They're pretty chunky, with like super long tails compared to the other horses. But they're very sturdy, so that's nice. Whoop, and they fell out. So he's all metal and the horse is plastic, so they're kind of imbalanced. And it's hard to take a good picture of his pole arm. It's a wicked pole arm. And it's also really hard to get like a good paint job in here, separating it from the wood. I don't know why. I struggled with it the first time. I struggled with it again this time. And he's, you can tell he's a little bit above the rank and file because he has purple on him, which denotes rank. If you got purple on you, that means you're some sort of hero. And this guy's a hero for sure. Then, oh, thank you, Bythorn. Yeah, the weathered look worked out pretty good. And this one I've never actually painted before. I kind of half painted it, and I never really liked it, so I never finished it off, and then I stopped playing Warhammer. So this is the first time this guy's been complete. I use the Vejo Gold. Which one? I don't have it on me anymore. Those ones that Dicey loves, though, so much. The Vejo Metallics. And in the end, it looks a lot like brass. So I put a little Agraxor shade on it, and then did I highlight it up? No, I didn't, because it is pretty shiny. So it gives a nice beaten look. It definitely looks like metal, but doesn't necessarily look like the metal I wanted. And the only thing I never could figure out what I wanted to do with was the separation between this color and this color here. So I wasn't sure if I should just put in like another color in between this harder point that has like little triangles coming down. I don't know, I just couldn't figure it out. He's got a little skull here. The face is pretty simple, but I think it worked out fairly effectively. Oddly enough though, this guy actually doesn't have eyeballs to paint. He's got like his own little markings in there. It's kind of interesting and strange. I like his choppa. And then I put a little jade to tie things together. So a lot of jewels in my army will have jade on them. Jade green. And also painted these brassy brass, which ties them into other things, but I don't know. I don't know if I really liked that color in the end. It's okay. It doesn't really matter too much. He'll get the job done. Yeah, there's lots of purple on this guy because he's Mr. Fancy Pants. And that's it, my friends. That's my painting challenge all wrapped up. A little bit of basing fell off, which happens. Newbie says, those old undead models bring back memories. My friend John played undead/vampires back in the day. The black coach, yeah, it was a rubbish model. It really was. Terrible to put together, yeah. Yeah, some of those metal models were quite terrible to put together. But I love those old undead. They had a lot of character. I'm glad I kept all mine. I'm glad to be repainting them. Still lots more to go. But I could play a game with them now if I wanted to. I got enough to do. Definitely a 4th edition army. 5th edition army. Not a 6th edition army though. 6th edition is garbage and I hate it. I'm just gonna say that. Everyone loves 6th edition, but not me. I got the One Ring of Power. I built up these Fellowship of the Rings guys that Bythorn gave me. Cut off their slottas, so I can put them on these little flat bases. Mix them in with other dudes. So that was pretty fun. Aragon here had a really weird molding right there. So I trimmed it down, but it's a little gouged a little too deep, unfortunately. So it's a little off. That'll be okay. It'll be okay. Dicey Guy is doing a Vanguard thing this month. I don't know if it's audience participation or if he just wants to tell us all about Vanguard. Because initially he wanted to do a slow grow, but I don't know, maybe he's not doing that this time around. Oh, my shirt's so small. I'm too fat for this shirt. I wanted to wear it though. I haven't worn this shirt in years. Because I've been fat for years. Here we go. So we got these Wargames Atlantic skeletons, which are the biggest skeletons. These could be the skeletons of Chaos Space Marines and Trueborn Marines if they're upscaled. They'd be bigger than regular Marines. But their arms, oddly enough, are not that much bigger. Okay, let's cut off one of each. So pull that out. So there's an Oathmark spear arm. Now we'll get a Wargames Atlantic one. Yeah, definitely. Might use those guys for figs for Rangers. There's also a special, like in the Blaster magazine, there's a special scenario with Lord of the Rings miniatures. Like, look at that. These arms are not that different. This hand might be slightly bigger than this hand, and that's about it. Mostly it's the ball joint that's a little bit bigger. This one's a bit finer. And it looks like the old Wargames factory ones have a similar ball joint to these, so if I wanted to put in a bit of work for myself, which I might want to do, me and Mithrin, in fact, I might just save all these arms and put them on the Wargames factory skeletons. And then I could take these bodies and put the Vampire Counts skeleton arms on, but those ones fit onto shoulder joints, which these guys don't have, so I'd have to build some. Probably just put a little pin in there, pin them on, something like that. It would work. It would just be more work. More effort on my part, but I think it could be worth it. The backup plan is that heat gun. Yeah, I like the Greek-style shields too. You got the littler ones and the bigger ones. I don't think they have any of these style helmets, though, in the Wargames factory one, unfortunately. Like, look at the size of that skull compared to one of these skulls. It's just massive. Can you see that? There. Yeah, it's shadowy. It's hard to tell. But yeah, giant honking skulls. These guys. Big beefy boys. And this one has a pointing arm. That's always fun. There's a big pike here, which is good for chopping off and making into a standard. If you want to make a standard. So that's some of my thoughts. My family went off to a light festival, and my legs are super tired from work, so I didn't want to go. So I'm at home, alone for the time being. So I was thinking maybe I'll start trimming up these arms. I might need to do some further converting too once the Wargames factory skeletons come in. Keep the arms, but chop off the weapon and then put on one of their weapons, like swords, for more sword-wielding skeletons. Gotta figure out, Mithrin, what we want to do. Do we want to do 20-20-20? So 20 spearmen, 20 soldiers with hand weapons, and 20 archers each? So we'll have enough skeletons to do that, for sure. I'm pretty sure I can sort out the weapon arms. Like, there's a lot of bows in that kit, so I could convert some of these spear arms to bows. No problem. Or I might use the heat gun and trim up the handles of the bows and then melt the hand around them for a better join. So yeah, these won't fit in the bodies without some drilling for the Oathmark skeletons. Plus the Oathmark skeletons are very armored, so I don't think these guys make for very good looking archers. I think the more nudie skeletons would make better looking archers, and these guys look better ranked up for the front. I think I might need to make some sanding files. It's gonna be a lot of trimming. A whole lot of trimming. Yeah, these ones have a weird join to the sprue. Just be filed off. I was thinking about it the other day, how much I hate the wood effect that GW does. But then I realized it's probably because it's way too expensive and difficult to put a wood grain in their plastic sprue kits. So I think it was easier to do it in metal. So they start off with like just smooth things like this, or very minimalist detail, wood grain detail in their plastics. And they're like, oh, let's just make weird chunky wood. I'll show you what I mean. If I can reach it. No, I can't reach it. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Ooh, you like the cavalry piece? Thanks. That's all the cavalry I got for now. They didn't have a heck of a lot of classic, or a lot of Skeleton Cavalry. You just got, I think, like the really old kits, and then the plastic. And if I was going to get one or the other, I think I'd try to collect the older metal kits now, because the plastics are getting pretty old and fragile. Even my skeletons working with them can be a bit difficult. There we go. Oh. So I should start bagging these up. So we got these little baggies from work. A little cap for a bicycle comes in these. So this should be a good spot to store things. Bow arms, spear arms, and hand weapon arms. It's kind of like the inaugural start of my 120 skeleton stream. It's not the official start, though. And should I? That's the question. Should I? I surely should. I'll hold on to these somewhere else, though. I'll think about it. If I'm going to use them or not. Yeah, so the Oathmark skeletons are pretty fun. Looking, at least. Except for, I don't like this one helmet. The Mickey Mouse ears kind of helmet or something. I don't know exactly what's going on. But it's not as sharp as it should have been, I feel. Whatever that is. I like those horns. Those are classic looking horns. The skulls themselves look a little soft. Sometimes they have a little flash on the chin. Though I suspect Renedra's working overtime. Yeah, I think so too. I think once they're painted, they should be fine. So I was thinking I'll build my 60 and I'll build your 60 all together. But then I'm going to ship your 60 over to you. Why is there yelling? I think it's the music. I don't think it's my house. Yeah, so you could paint your own 60, and I'll paint my 60. I'll just take care of the building. So it's going to be a little while in prep work, I think. And then once everything's ready for assembly, it'll go pretty fast. I'll have to take a real look at the sprue. I'm not sure if the skulls are compatible or not. That's not too big of a deal. There's enough variety on that sprue. There's 11. That you won't feel like you have too much same face. Okay, it is the music. I'm not sure why they're yelling in chiptunes. That doesn't seem like the sort of thing that should happen. So one project done and another one starts. Plus all those tanks. Still working on all those tanks this month. I didn't get much work done on the tanks last month. And by last month I mean February, which is still this month for me. I need to seal off the leopards still and the other NATO vehicles. And then that basically wraps those up until we get some decals, decals, transfers. That's a rather aggressive mold line. So we'll need 40 spears, 40 hand weapons, and 40 bows. And I suspect the hardest part will be the hand weapons. Because the kit from Oathmark has enough to make 30 of each, so I just need to get my hands on 10 weapons. We can definitely get 10 spears and 10 pole arms, no problem. Probably convert from other kits too, though. Let's chop off their hands and then put the weapon on there. That shouldn't be too difficult. Skeletons are easy to paint and they're also super fun, I think. It's always a blast. When I was watching the historical Huskarl's video, well, he doesn't go by that anymore, he goes by Huskarl Hobby, that's it. So, yeah, his video on the war games at Factory Skeletons, he said, he said if he was going to redo anything, he would have varnished the skeletons after their base coat and then put the wash on to preserve detail better, because he said the details were a bit too soft and they didn't take to dry brushing very well. So I suspect that is sage advice. So I might do so as well. I might do all the steps of the skeletons like I normally would do, except for instead of putting the wash on and then dry brushing, I might do a zenithal prime and a highlight, paint everything up, and then varnish it and put a wash on. So I'll do all my rust effects and stuff, the verdigris. So I'm kind of excited to get a heat gun. I've got so many things to heat gun. I don't know why I was so resistant to it for so long. They're not very expensive. So how many spears do we get off of these? Because I think there's actually more weapons. So we got 1, 2. Oh yeah, this one can also be the standard arm though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 3 in there, so you can get 7 spears. So spears are no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 weapon arms. And how many? There's 5 on a sprue. We got 30, so 6 by 6, 36. Okay, actually we will have enough if we're not looking for too much weapon variety. No conversions would be necessary, but you might want to convert. You might want to see what kind of weapons they have there. That could be fun. Or we'll have bits for making terrain like weapon racks. Are you still here, MG Hobby? Do you have any good videos on making weapons racks? Because I just want to do that. I always end up with like loose weapons. I always thought weapons racks would be really cool to make. There's probably a lot of D&D videos on it. And then Bythrin, if you want to do the designs on your shields and whatnot, you can. I'm just going to rust up my shields, I think. What time are we at? 8:34. Wonder when they're going to come home. Probably have a bit of time. So yeah, the Oathmark skeletons have about the same level of complexity for assembly as the Wargames Atlantic ones. Not sure which sign will be on your shields? Yeah. So you can always print some off if you wanted to, I guess. I wonder if I should just clip them all off. Sure, let's do it. Why do one at a time? So how many bow arms do we have? I think just 5 bow arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And of course we're also short on shield arms, but the Wargames factory ones can cover that. That's part of the heat gun. I could just melt the hands into like a grasp, and then it'll just look like they're grasping like something like this. Put a little plastic in there, melt it around, or like maybe a little bit of pin. I'm not sure which. Something though. It'll be fun. Got one more spear to take out. So this will be some fun kit bashing for sure, and a good way to get some ranks of skeletons. And then we'll have to think about if we want to grab those 30 from the Huskarl that he's got for the Wargames factory guys. If you feel like you need more, if I do, I'm not sure. They have the core units covered. Might as well put that in the bag. Ah, you made one in an older video? Sweet. I'll check it out. I will search for it. You always have a hard time decorating shields? I understand. For my Oathmark humans, I'm going to put the Star of Alador on, which just is a 4-pointed star. So that's pretty simple, on a green background. Silver star on a green background. Silvery white. Just like in Ranges of Shadow Deep. And then, for my skeletons, I'll just give them rust, honestly. Because I like that look. I like the look of a rusty shield. Or verdigris. Rust or verdigris? I do kind of like the thought of everything just being iron. Iron shields. Iron swords. Brass fittings. Or bronze fittings. rather than everything being bronze. Okay. Yeah. Python might want more heavily armored skeletons. It'd be cool if they had those kits like what's on the Skeletal Cavalry, where you could just add in helmets and armor to your bony boys. MJ's thinking about doing a new weapon rack video. Yeah, it's amazing how much you can learn. If I look at my videos from 1 year ago, it just seems so old compared to now. I'm like, I didn't even think I got any better, but apparently I got better, just better enough. Sometimes it's the microphone that makes a difference. When I got my new microphone, that really helped. Deciding to put music at certain parts of my videos instead of all throughout the video, I think also really helped. I don't really do any cuts though, like some other people. Or B-roll. Which I suppose if I want to bump up the quality of my videos, I'd have to figure out what kind of B-roll and cuts I'd want to do. I don't really have a lot of angles to work with here though. I'm mostly just kind of stuck at my desk. And there's definitely successful people that just stay at their desk, so I might just stay like that. Just do desk videos. I don't get to have that awesome fireside chat like Martin does, and Julie. But I did do my fireplace video. That was fun. Yeah, I really like your guys' studio chat style. You get to sit in some big comfy chairs, talk. It's very cozy and inviting. Ah, thanks for Age of Magic for the Hearthguard. Yeah, I can see that. Heavy armored skeletons for that. Yeah, with this many mold lines, there's definitely going to be some that sneak through on our miniatures. But I'll clean as many as I can. It's going to be a lot of live streaming videos, that's for sure. Just cleaning mold lines and chatting. I wonder if I could get people to talk with me. Do the open up the restream thing. Yeah, I should think about that. I could do some of this off camera too, but it might help. My Twitch times at least. If I live stream more. I don't know if YouTube cares. And oh yeah, what did you think about the skin tone of this vampire Lythrin? It's a little bit swarthy. I'm not sure if that's the kind of skin tone you might want for your vampire lady. But overall, she'll have a nicer looking face than his. Just the way the sculpt is. He's got a not very pleasant face. I gotta do your Necromancer. I'll have a Necromancer to do too, once the children of the Hydra's teeth come. And they're kind of similar Necromancers. Maybe they're brothers. We have brother Necromancers. It's kind of weird, the bumps on the side. Okay, yeah, I can take a close-up for sure. This camera's got its limits of how close you can get. I think I'm better at thinning my paints now too, so she won't be as gritty looking as last time. I feel like my painting style has kind of improved this year, even though I didn't try to. Just got kind of better at the things I was doing. This year I was like, oh, I'm just going to paint as much as I can. But I ended up improving somehow. Death Guard ended up being pretty good. I really like how the skeletons look. What else did I do that was good? Night Haunt are the same. They're very non-challenging, the Night Haunt. And that's what I like about them. The sculpts can just stand on their own. Just add a few colors on there and they look pretty good. They're not too busy. Like Space Marines and Stormcasts and stuff. All right, last spear. And I'd also give her different tones too. Like that Vampire Lord doesn't have much for lips, but your lady has lips, so we can work with that. Add a little bit of pop there. Maybe a little darkness around the eyes, rather than just leaving it the flesh color. Oh no, wait, I put a Scarlet Heavy Body Wash in there. That's right. So he's got more like bleeding looking eyes. But your lady might have more of a purple tone. Her shadows. And she actually has eyes to paint, so that will help. That's one thing I started doing actually this year that I usually don't do, is the eyes. I just spontaneously decided it was time to do eyes. So yeah, I think I'll just stream until they come home, and then I'm gonna hop off. Oh, I need to decide on the image too. I should do a Harryhausen, I think. Kind of a splash screen for when I need to go away. Or when I'm first starting up the stream, I'm just going to spam all my links. No spamming today, though. Just the one relevant place. Yeah, you gave me your Necromancer to paint. He's hanging out in the box. Let's look at him. I haven't looked at him in a very long time. Masakabai. That's another thing I want to get done too. Soonish. Masakabai. Here we go. So I think I lost a bit because I got the body and I got these lances. I got this one arm, a random arm from some dude that was in your collection. But he doesn't have the other arm, which the rest of the dudes have. So yeah, here's your Necromancer. She gave me to finish off. So yeah, I was just going to finish him off for you. You've already done a really good job. And then we got all your dudes. And the heat gun will help with these guys too. So I think I'll reform them. Because did not want to reform. He's going to conk the horse in the head. And they have such barely any skulls to do, just like a little tiny bit in there. It's a little bit disappointing. So I've been working on your horses. I hit the purple part, and I was like, ugh. I just don't know. Wasn't sure. I'm like, well, I don't know where to take it next, so then I just stopped working on them. So everybody needs to be washed, because they got all fuzzy from summer. Here she is, hanging out. Well, she doesn't have too big of lips, actually. But she does have eyes. So yeah, I'll have to come back, clean it up. This is the one horse I did do. I did some edge highlighting on. He pops well enough. Oh yeah. Sometimes I don't get to watch the chats. Sometimes I just listen to them. Because I'll listen to things while I'm working at work. Or I have to physically pay attention to what I'm doing, or as I cut off my body parts. But yeah, all the ones I've seen, really liked. A good aesthetic for sure. Sometimes you just feel disheartened by what you painted. You don't really like it. So you just put it away and you come back to it and you look at it and you're like, oh, actually, it doesn't look too bad. I can continue on. Your vampire will be scary? Yeah. When I finally get her done, she will look good. It's funny that both our undead are purple themed. I think my Oathmark ones will not be purple themed. I'll decide on a different color. Not sure what though. But yeah, all these guys. That's a lot of robes to paint. Because I can give all these guys, excuse me, terrestrial colors. So they'll have flesh tones similar to the vampires. Their armor will be tarnished, not rusty, and their cloths will be real cloth. And their wood could be, good wood. It's not old and rotten wood necessarily. Yeah, these guys look so good. It's too bad they didn't have more posability. Like how the arms are all formed in. I wish they were separate pieces, but that's okay. It gives you a good unit of 10 remnants. Do you still have a sprue of these guys, Bythron? Or did you give them all to me? Yeah, if you need that arm back for your colonials, just let me know, Bythron. Yeah, there's some other spearhead options as well, but I'm not sure if I want to chop them off and reglue them, because they might not be strong enough bonds. Or I could get some really melty, really aggressive plastic cement. That might do it. But it might not be worth the trouble, Might just be adding extra work for not much reward. And that's not what skeletons are all about. You have enough arms? Sweet. Okay. I'm just going to stop for a sec. I'm going to look up a picture. Hausen? Oh, it's not two names. It's all one name. Harryhausen. Skeleton. Images. Oh, working. Running slow, running slow. How big is this image? This could work. No, it's tiny. Ooh. It's a little bit tiny. No. Stop motion. Oh, that's a cool one. How big is this? Not big enough. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, nice. Oh, it's tiny. Oh, my nose is itchy. Hold on. No, it's gonna be too small. Oh, that's cool. Too small. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, whatever. That didn't help. Ah, there we go. That's the image I want. I don't need to resize it though, thank you. There we go. Save image. Videos, Harry House Center 1. Oh, close the window, that's okay. So now we're gonna switch scenes to away. This is my tank one. Add new image is Skillies. Alright, we're gonna browse for the image. Videos. Yes. This image here. We'll get rid of this one. Drag you under the chat. Stretch it out. Then, I guess I don't really like the chat over there now. I like it better centered. There we go. Alright, so this will be my away stream, or scene. So I will be right back. I just need to grab a little beverage. Wrong one. Oh, that's my face. There we go. Alright, MJ, good to see you. Hope to see you again. Excuse me. Bythron has 30 Warriors of the Dead. That's awesome. He got a good undead army going on. That's for sure. He got a maid. Alright. I feel like doing the bows next. Let's do the bows next. So I'll still do the regular live streams. Monday and Thursday. But whenever I have a bit of time, I'll also throw on the undead skeleton building stream. And that will be good. I should throw it. Yeah, there. So yeah, you could basically build a Revenant kingdom, no problem. But you don't have that book. That's right. That's the problem. You need the book. You need Oathbreakers. Because you got the ghouls, which you can your oath, no, saga. There we go. Your saga skellies, your saga zombies would be good for that. And yeah, having an undead king is perfect. Because that's a Revenant king right there. I can't remember what it's called. My undead kingdom will have a cursed burial ground, I think. Or graveyard. Maybe cursed burial ground is the Revenants. Maybe that's what it is. You have to see if you have the other 20 in the White King or Undead King. Warriors of the Dead King. In Huskarl's video, he talks about how he doesn't like the curly bows of the War Games Factory kit. But I thought they looked awesome. They're like super curly. They twirl up. To me, that's always like a really classic looking bow. So I probably will convert at least a few arms to have that. Which I think I have to do some converting anyway. Converting or trimming and melting. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. I guess if I melted the skeleton hand around a pin and then drilled into the bow arms, I could put them on the pin. So we only need 10. Maybe short 10 bows. I've done a lot of kit bashing for Oathmark. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, you can't remember which book you ordered? Gotcha. I don't remember now either. It's a problem with work. I always forget things that are not work-related, hobby-related. All right, one bow arm. Get yourself in there. Oathmark. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about Oathmark that has me excited, honestly. Something, though. One of the guys I was talking with from Oathmark is also saying about how great Saga and Saga Age of Magic are, too. So we'll definitely have to give that a whirl once lockdown's over. So once I have my Oathmark human army built, I also have a Saga army built. So there we go. How handy is that? 9:04. Getting late. I think I'll finish up these bow, or the bow arms, and then I'll call it quits. So I'll have to try to get my kid to bed as soon as possible when she gets back. Otherwise she's gonna be grumpy for school tomorrow. Yeah, building what you want in Oathmark is a big selling feature. Excuse me. Saga is more factional, isn't it? What all factions are in Saga? You got Romans, I imagine. You got the Scots-Irish. But there's Vikings. Kind of do that in Age of Magic, kind of. Well, that's cool that it has the flexibility. What do you prefer? Straight up Saga or Age of Magic? Oh yes, and of course, Ragnarok. I'll have dues for Ragnarok. Yeah, so Chiptunes just doesn't spam my channel anymore. I don't know why. So I can't just look up at my chat and see what song's playing. I mean, I guess I'm glad it doesn't spam, but... You also have factions with Romans. Like various Roman factions. Multiple Roman factions. Greek hoplites. Something about Greek hoplites. They're awesome. So maybe it's the spears that take the longest to clean up. Remember, did you buy a whole box of Frostgrave Knights? There are 2 Roman factions. Vikings, Goths. Greek and Roman army? Yeah. Like a mixed together Greek and Roman army? Or you just like both armies? Probably both answers. I bet the answer is both. Yeah, Romans look cool. Greeks look cool. So many cool factions. Those Victrix Dacians look cool. Sarmatians look cool. Goths look cool. Oh, I should put the quivers in here with these two. They belong. And yeah, so you only get the 5 shields here, but of course we're gonna have all the extra shields to work with. Excuse me. From the War Games Factory kit, plus a lot of skeletons will have bows, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Full box of knights. I think it's 10 in the box, not 8. I think 8 is the wizards and 10 is the knights. Because people were a bit outraged by the price of the knight's kit compared to how much you got. But yeah. Yeah, I thought 8 wizards is like way too many, but now I don't think it's enough. At least the 4 I got don't feel like enough. Uh-oh. I'm stressing it out. Let's see. There we go. I'll have to hone this knife again. So you might need to build yourself a Necromancer or 2. There's also a vampire you can get for Oathbreakers. Let's see, what undead are there? There's the Revenants and Skeletons, and they're all core troops. I know for sure there's Revenant Linebreakers and Revenant Warriors. But I'm not sure if there's Revenant or if there's Skeleton Linebreakers and Warriors or not. There's champions on both sides, of course. And your royalty on the Revenant side, while the Skeleton side is led by a Necromancer. But Revenants can have Skeletons. And you can still have Necromancers. Even if your kingdom isn't led by a Necromancer. But mine will be. She's a dark and fierce Necromancer. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I'll put the quivers in, and I'll call it quits. Unless they don't have quivers. Oh, there they are. There they are. I knew they had quivers. You have one Necromancer? That's right. Oh yeah, I'll have one Necromancer too. From the Children of the Hydra's Teeth. But also built a Necromancer specifically for this. She's pretty cool. And you'll have a vampire. But I don't have a good vampire. It doesn't necessarily say it, but it kind of gives the impression that the vampire is a bit more Nosferatu-ish. The dirty dwellers of the dark. Moldering your way in their crypts. Also in the Oathmark books, it makes it sound like necromancers equip their skeletons, rather than having the skeletons just bring whatever weapons they had with them out of the ground. So apparently someone out there makes a lot of money equipping skeletons. And you can make a Lich as well, if you don't want to have just a straight up Necromancer. You can add the undead trait to them. But unfortunately, you can't do that to some of the monsters. Like, I'd love to have a zombie dragon. Just add the undead keyword too. That's okay. Build your Games Workshop ghouls. Can do. I have my Mantic ones, so I'm pretty happy with that. They're good looking ghouls for sure. Alright, that's it. I will call it quits for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna get stuff ready so when they do come home, get that kid right to bed. Right. Bye.